I have here an iMac 27-inch late 2012 running macOS 10 Catalina. I intend to upgrade this iMac to macOS 14 Sonoma and test out how usable it would be for word editing and video editing tasks. macOS 10 Catalina is the latest macOS that this iMac naturally supports. And since it is no longer supported by Apple, some word processing and video editing apps would either fail to install or fail to run properly when installed on this 13-year-old iMac. The first thing I did was install a few word processing and video editing apps on this iMac. I installed WPS Office, Doc App, Wondershare Filmora, and Canva. And I performed some light word processing and video editing on each of these apps. The word processing and video editing seemed to go well on this iMac running macOS Catalina, as you can see demonstrated here. The goal in doing this is to discover if I can still access these working apps and the files which I have created on them after upgrading this iMac to macOS Sonoma. I open my browser and search for OpenCore Legacy Patcher. I click on the link that takes me to the Dotania OpenCore website, and I click on Getting Started. I click on Creating macOS Installers and click OpenCore Legacy Patcher Release Apps. The latest version of OpenCore Legacy Patcher, as at the time of this video, is 2.2.0. The Safari browser does not work well on Catalina for this step, as it continues to load without displaying the list of downloadable assets. Google Chrome browser also cannot be freshly installed on macOS 10 Catalina, as the latest macOS supported by Google is macOS 11 Big Sur. Hence, I download and install the Mozilla Firefox browser. After the installation, I go to the website, scroll down and click on OpenCore-Patcher-GUI-app.zip, and the download begins. When the download completes, I double-click to extract the app, and I double-click to run the app. I click Open when this comes up, and I enter the system password when prompted. When the app opens, I select Build and Install OpenCore, and select Install to Disk. I select the SSD drive and select the EFI partition to proceed with the installation of OpenCore Legacy Patcher to the SSD drive of the iMac. I reboot the system when the installation is completed. When the system comes up, I open the OpenCore Legacy Patcher app once more. I select Create macOS Installer and select Download macOS Installer. I click to select macOS Sonoma from the list, and I click Download. The download, validation, and extraction lasted for about 10 minutes, after which I received this prompt to create a macOS installer. For this, you would need an external USB device not less than 16 GB in size. I connect the USB device to the iMac, and I select Yes to proceed. I select Install macOS Sonoma, and I select the external USB flash drive from the list. I click Yes to confirm, and the creation of the installation media commences. The creation lasted for 14 minutes, and I click Yes when the prompt comes up and select Install to Disk to install OpenCore Legacy Patcher to the USB media. I select the USB flash drive on this page and select the EFI partition to proceed. I click Reboot to reboot the device. I hold down on the Option key as the iMac restarts and I select the EFI boot option. I select Install macOS Sonoma. I select my language and click the arrow to proceed. Here, I select Install macOS Sonoma and click Continue. I click Continue to proceed. I select Agree. I select the SSD from this list of devices and I click Continue. The installation progresses and lasts for 36 minutes with the device restarting a few times before landing on the login page. I log in and safely eject the installation USB and disconnect it from the device. I proceed to test out the pre-installed apps and check out the files. From the tests, it is evident that the files I created on macOS Catalina still opened on macOS Sonoma, and I am able to make changes to them as you can see here. I am also able to download and install apps that I was previously unable to on macOS 10 Catalina. They all appear to function very well, as you can see here. I also do not observe any considerable lag or drop in performance on this iMac after the upgrade, which indicates that this upgrade was not a bad idea after all. Before I end this video, I would like to give a word of advice to anyone who might be experiencing issues such as the iMac suddenly freezing and the apps suddenly crashing during or after attempting this upgrade. I experienced this after this upgrade, and in the course of troubleshooting for a solution, I realized that completely changing out my RAM modules resolved all of these issues. Another idea would be to refresh the NVRAM, which involves restarting the iMac and holding down on the Option, the Command, the P and the R keys at the same time. Allow the system to restart and repeat the boot cycle a few times before letting go of these keys. You can begin with this solution and consider changing the RAM modules if this doesn't work out. I hope you found this video helpful and insightful. If you have any questions on any of these steps, kindly leave them in the comments section. Thank you for watching and do have a blessed and excellent day. Bye for now.